All right. Okay. No, we're good. Okay. It should actually work this time. I apologize for the issues the previous go around. I don't know. I haven't streamed in a long time. It's been a few months. So, you know, I had a couple issues with the audio, but we got it rolling. At least I think. So if anybody is live and in the chat and can let me know, that would be very helpful. But I mean, everything that I'm seeing right now, like, I just want to know, like, is the desktop audio all right? Is my audio all right? Do I need to change anything? Again, it's been a minute. I've messed with the audio. I think that I need to up the background music. There we go. If that's too loud though. If you cannot handle the beat, if you can't handle it, then I don't know. I'll probably leave it. I might change it though. But can you talk again? I see that y'all can hear me, but can anybody actually talk in there? Because I haven't seen anything in the chat yet. Like, I see some comments on the post, which the comments are great. I appreciate that. Let's see this. Oh, okay, it is showing. For some reason on my end. Yeah, okay, there we go. For some reason on my end, I'm just going to have to like look at the chat through the stream over here because for some reason y'all are not showing up on my Streamlabs app like whenever I reset it. So I should have, I guess, exited out and gone back into it. But, you know, there's a learning curve. So, you know, just going to have to pay attention on here. Which is a little bit more annoying. Dime, good to see you, man. Dime, I need to have you up here soon. I need to get all the audio and all that stuff figured out. But I don't know, man. My main thing with wanting to host this right now is just getting back into the rhythm of it. Can you chart versus the Bucks? You're talking about like the NBA team? Because the Bucks are not going to have a chance anytime soon to win any type of championship again. So, you know, like, haven't heard anybody refer to the United States dollar as a buck in a minute in terms of trading. Doesn't mean that they don't. Doesn't mean that they won't. But just not something that I've really heard. Yeah, nobody wants that. Dime, yeah, they do. People want you up here. It's happened before. You know, we can do a the Fortnite coin. I didn't even know that there was a Fortnite coin. It's not the official. Like, dude, there's no way it's the official Fortnite coin, is it? Let's see this. No, I don't even believe it. I'm not gonna look it up. If you guys at me in something, I'll check it out. So big news right now that just dropped a minute ago. Well, actually, first big news is this. So click on this if you have not already. Okay, good. It's muted. Hit the like button. Give it a retweet. I'll do it right now. And then just comment on here whatever the heck you want. I'm just, you know what? I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to say up only. But all of that's appreciated. You know, again, it's been a minute since I've done a stream. I enjoy doing the streams. I just wish that there was a way to refresh this. But there's not. And by the way, I know my camera sucks, and I've thought about getting a better camera, but at the same time, like, dude, y'all really don't need to see my face any better than that. When is silver going to $100? Dude, the algo nukes everything regardless. I'm sure it does. My theory on a dime is I get people are going to see it, you know, if they, but like, I don't know. Okay, back to what I was saying earlier. Let's see this real quick. 1 second. I quote tweeted it a second ago. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. So MetaMask token is confirmed and coming very soon, according to Joseph Lubin. My question, again, goes back to how much are they actually going to drop? Like, are they going to do this the right way? Because what we've seen from a lot of big companies in the past, and like what I'm afraid of with a company like OpenSea as well, is they get a little bit greedy with the token drops. And I understand, you know, like there are ways to do it correctly and ways to not do it correctly. But this is obviously going to be a multi-billion-dollar token as soon as it drops. It's guaranteed. And one of the things that anybody that has done literally any DeFi activity within the ecosystem is going to reap some type of reward from. So what I've heard in the past is that they're going to focus mostly on anybody that does swaps with MetaMask. But like the issue is, I think the average user with MetaMask doesn't really do too much volume on the swap side of it, right? Like, you know, they charge ridiculously high fees. It's not as efficient as using other DEXs, you know, just connecting your wallet and doing it via that. So like, how much is the average CT user actually going to get? I lean toward it's probably not going to be quite as good as we expect, right? Like, I've got hundreds of wallets that I've been active on over the years. How far back are they going to date it? What chains are they going to use in their calculations? Is it going to be every chain? Is it just going to be ETH? Is it just going to be like, you know, the main suggested? Is it going to be some of these other side chains? How much fees toward MetaMask itself are they going to incorporate? Is it just going to be fees from swaps? Or is it going to be fees that you pay every time that you execute a transaction? You know, is it overall activity? Is it number of transactions that you do per wallet on there, right? Like, there are a lot of different questions that I think a lot of people have. And I think what it really comes back to is I don't think the average person is going to get quite as much as just like, as what it sounds like on the surface. But one way or another, bullish from the perspective that, you know, we've been waiting for a long time. The average user probably will at least get a little something. And I think anytime the trenches get a stimmy like that, whenever the market is hot, you know, adds a little bit to the rocket fuel for alt season, which is coming. Man, I think the last time that I streamed, let's see. I know I streamed whenever we broke above 100K back here. I'm fairly certain I streamed whenever we broke above 100K here. And I think that I might have once or twice in this. I mean, again, it's been a minute. But, dude, the point being, though, Yeah, dude, actually, I'm fairly certain I did this as well. Market continues to print green candles. We're going to go ahead, take a look at a chart that I've been watching for a minute, just an overall setup that I've been watching for a minute in general that I still am fairly confident in. Is it on here or is it? Okay, we're going to move that to the side for now. We're just going to completely reset this, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking for. Take this off log. So if you look at the previous few bull markets, I guess I should have done this on BLX to get a little bit more data. You know, one of the places where it's seen some acceleration, just generalized, point back the previous peaks. You know, and if you look on log chart, those were more significant peaks than what it looks like just on the linear scale. But trace back to the peaks, look at where things really accelerated. It accelerated right about there, right? Like, you know, that was in 2017. So everything up to there, fun. But the real fun began here. And at that point, saw a decent amount of chop, eventually ended up breaking above, sending higher. Now let's do it again. I mean, heck, you can even do it here. This one's more difficult. You can do it again here, right? What happened at this point? Chop acceleration ended up really sending, you know, that 30 to 6K green candle right above there. And that leads to the question of where are we right now? If you trace back, what the heck is that sound? You know, we're in a similar spot. So I really think we're in the pre-stages of just the up-only madness that we're really going to see as far as when things really start to accelerate is where we break above this, right? Like where I think that we start to see alt season start to go. Dude, when Kaleo getting on abstract, man, I need to get on. I can't believe I haven't spent more time on abstract, honestly. Sorry, I've got to read the comments via here. Because, again, my Streamlabs is messing up on me. Yo, Farcasso, love to see that you got the wonky stonk. Still fully believe in the stonks, believe in... I believe in the NFT market as a whole. Again, if you think about, like, where we are right now... you know, like, again, if we are at the point of pre-acceleration and you look back to where NFTs really took off last cycle, remember that was the last line that I drew right there. Went through that. NFTs didn't really start to accelerate and become a thing until this whole period right here, right? So, you know, again, when did alt season start? When this broke, right? Right in that January, February, March, April of 2021 is when things really kicked off. You know, you had your second round here. I think this cycle is going to go longer and go higher. So I think that we're going to see more explosiveness just over altcoins in general through that period, that we're going to see more L1 eco growth. But man, it all starts right about here. Let's see. Thoughts on pump fund streams? Dude, I won't lie, I might try it. I think what I've learned in this space is that it's almost dumb not to try the new meta at a certain point. But if I go into it, I want to have a more calculated idea of how exactly I want to approach it. So might happen. You know, I think pump it's been impressive how resilient it's been. Let's see this. Just go to the pump chart real quick. I mean, 70% drawdown followed by 250% rally back after over a month of everybody just putting a gravestone, putting a headstone up, I should say, digging a grave for it. And I don't really see any reason why it would slow down if we're just entering the early stages of alt season, right? So I think that if you have people that are consistent on there, the creator meta makes sense, right? And if you've got some idea for some way to be able to really integrate a community into it, I think that if you're trying to make a name in streaming too, it just makes sense, right? It makes sense having a deeper form to be able to connect with your audience as well. You know, I think that there are ways to be able to distribute as far as just tipping in general. You know, if you set up a website, you know, like to be able to, I don't know. Again, there are a lot of layers to it that I think are possible. And I've been around enough this cycle to know when to not fade a meta. And it's like, if you're going to do this anyway, why not look into it? So, you know, only reason I haven't yet is because, you know, like, again, if I'm going to do it, I want to have a better idea going into it. So probably end up happening eventually. Let's see this. Yeah, again, let me know on the music and stuff too, because I can't hear it. I don't know. I'm not the one. I don't know music versus like my voice. What's going well, what's not. Let's see. Okay, I want to check out the ETH chart again, because as much as y'all want to fade it, dude, the market follows. ETH is the king of alts, right? Like, if you look at the recent resurgence of alts, it's kind of started a little bit with what ETH started to do in July. And I don't think ETH is done at all yet. I think that we're going to continue to see this climb. You know, magnet back to those April 2022 highs, I think just makes sense. And again, in these levels, man, it's like, you know, if you're talking about $150,000, $200,000 Bitcoin, 0.08 for the ratio with ETH, I mean, you're talking like well above $10,000 ETH. And, you know, if you look at the US, I get how crazy that sounds to everybody here because of how suppressed ETH has been for so long. But is it really that crazy? You know, like, look at this ETH chart, man. Oh, shoot. Just look at this. You know, 4.5 years of accumulation in this range. Like, I really think 25K plus is reasonable this cycle. So yeah, you're going to see an eco run along with that, right? You're going to continue to see dApps explode. You're going to see a revival of the high beta plays like NFTs. It just makes sense, man. Like, there's going to be a rush of euphoria as new retail comes back into the space. And, you know, at the end of the day, the tech is way better than it was 4 years ago, right? We're in a way more matured space from both a regulatory perspective and from a tech perspective. So whatever we thought was fun last cycle is going to be that much more fun when it happens again this cycle. I need to go back to the stream and be able to see what the heck you guys are saying, because this is frustrating that I do not have it up on, or the chat feed at least, that it's not integrating into my my page the way that it should. Okay, I got it pulled up again so I can check out the comments. At least I think I do. Live chat. There we go. When wonky stonk ETF. Man, again, I've got a lot of plans for the stonks down the road too. You know, like, I think the NFT space is just so bullish moving forward, and, you know, having a solid community within that is something that's valuable to me. And, you know, I think that's really what the stonks are, is kind of that foothold of experience in the NFT space. That's why, like, even though it started as a free mint, you know, it's going to develop into... It already has. It's like the community's already solidified itself. The way it's been resilient throughout an otherwise, like, pretty tough NFT bear market where projects raised millions and tens of millions of dollars have ended up fading beneath it. I think just speaks to the resilience of the community and the art itself. Okay, so the background music is too hard. Or too high. I appreciate you saying that. I'm gonna move it down a little bit. If it's too low now, let me know. You know, I'm trying to find like the right medium because I want to keep the energy up. I think it's more fun. Yeah, I got a cup for y'all. I need to be drinking more water. You ready for this? FTX US. Cannot. Gotta just laugh at the past. So yeah, along the lines of NFT season, I don't know. I don't think that the OpenSea token itself is going to immediately spark it, but I do think that it will be a catalyst. OpenSea seems to be one right now. Like, they're doing a lot as far as the social side of things to be relevant again. They've definitely, you know, reclaimed the majority of the market share away from the other NFT marketplaces, and you know, they're getting closer and closer to the C drop. They need wonky stonks is the answer to their question, and I'm going to... They need to know. But I mean, I think this type of stuff is fun. Like, what they're doing to re-engage communities is fun. I think it's important, right? Like, if you are a platform whose sole purpose is to have people trade different projects and collect and almost be a gallery in a sense, you want to highlight the different collections that have been active, that have provided volume, and then have communities that are going to bring the action back. And being able to highlight different communities that have activity, it's important. So, you know, I think it's a lot deeper than just the C token itself. It's re-engaging and reigniting older communities that, you know, maybe it's been a minute since they've had that spotlight, but, like, you know, OpenSea itself was irrelevant for a long time. I think it's one of the things that, you know, again, man, the NFT meta just makes sense to me coming back. It's like every single thing that made it bullish the last time around is going to make it bullish again, except for in a better, you know, even more refined sense than the previous time around. Dude, did you, Kelly? Appreciate it. I mean, I charted Swede just a bit ago, right? Like, you know, Swede looks ready to break out. I mean, honestly, the majority of L1s look ready to break out right now. And if something was a high momentum play throughout the bear market, how much more high momentum do you think it's going to be throughout the bull? What the hell is that little beep? No, man, I mean, we're going so much higher. That's what it comes back to. And one of the things that people don't understand, too, here, give me a second. I'm going to try changing something. Okay. You have to look at my face in this beautiful, you know, pixelated camera a little bit closer for a minute because this is important. We really have not had a new wave of retail yet. I don't care what people say. We have had institutional interest so far, and there have been people that have used that as the reason for why the top is in already. And for why this cycle isn't going to have a true alt season, and for why things are different this time around. And like, I fully disagree. I do not see, after everything that has happened from a regulatory perspective, that we don't see a reignition of alts the way that we have in other cycles. And like, at the end of the day, I love Bitcoin, and Bitcoin brings the majority of people in, but the average person out there wants to find, from a retail perspective at least, what's the next Bitcoin, right? Like, I get a few of my friends that ask me about various alts, but like the majority of people that come up to me whenever they're talking, or I mean, I get a few of my friends that ask me about Bitcoin, but the majority of the people that come up to me whenever they want to talk about crypto, they've got some other play in mind, right? And you know, I think Bitcoin is king and you should stack Bitcoin. But again, from the average retail user's perspective, it's whenever you start to see a lot of these other eco plays start to run that you start to see that new influx of users on the timeline, that you start to see the real funny money thrown around, and when easy mode is really on, and we just have not hit that part of the cycle yet. And I think that there are a lot of people that have succumbed to the fact that it's just not going to happen, right? Their mood and their opinion shifts with every daily candle. And I get it. You know, when you have not been around for more than one cycle, it's very easy to not have the perspective to be able to zoom out and see how something that was dead can find life again. But I mean, dude, a few examples right now, right off the bat. We can look at Pingu. Right? Pingu was dead. I don't care what anybody says. When you're down 90% from your all-time highs, you're declared dead. Pingu was dead. It's not dead anymore. And I'm not saying from a community, from an eco perspective, but from what the world would tell you, from what an outsider would tell you, if you were not plugged into the trenches and knowing what they're doing every day, you would look at this chart here after this, and a lot of people did, and you would say this is dead. Oh yeah, I need to... Here, let me get my face smaller so you can see this. Pingu's dead. He was dead. 90% down, and then the rebound. It was dead. Let's go to like Bonk back in the day, man. When I say back in the day, what's a good Bonk? I think Bybit has a really detailed chart. Okay. Bonk, right here. Bonk was dead. It was dead. For an entire year, it was dead. Until it wasn't. Pepe. Pepe was dead. When I talked about Pepe all through this period, people laughed. Pepe was dead. Until it wasn't. NFTs are dead. Your favorite L1 is dead. The market as a whole is dead. Alts are dead. But they won't be forever. They're waking up a little bit right now. And like, I don't know what else to tell you to really just prepare you for the influx of the madness of what is about to happen. The resurrection of the trenches is coming. I mean, if it has not already come, it is coming. The influx of new retail, if you really want to know whenever things reignited last cycle, I'll show you. When did retail really start to show up last cycle, right? Like, let's just go to, you know, the ETH chart. We'll go over here and we'll check out ETH, right? ETH was dead through October. You know, it's kind of coming back to life. Bitcoin, though, if you want to look at the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin was already hitting a new all-time high right here. Whenever ETH was well beneath its all-time high. At this point right here, guess what? You were starting to finally see a little bit of retail coming back. But the majority of each and every one of you that is here right now didn't come until after this. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. The majority of all the NFT accounts that are a lot of the big names right now didn't come until like maybe here. And where is ETH right now in relation to that? We're right here. A lot of the big names, a lot of creators and users and money in general has not even arrived yet. A lot of the big dApps, a lot of the big projects that are going to run have not even arrived yet. In the eyes of the world, regardless of what has happened, the crypto market is currently dead. And it'll stay that way until it's not. Yeah, I get it. Can't rub myself as covering the chart. I don't know what to do. I'm figuring it out. Like, I could... Boop, boop, boop. You don't need to see the chart the whole time. You really don't need to see my face the whole time either, but we're putting it up there. What is dead shall not stay dead is my point. In this space, if there's any lesson for anybody that is newer to this space, like, now is not the time to walk away, right? Like, we are about to see a level of growth and market cap expansion like we have never seen before. This is the real super cycle, in my opinion. I've not said that previous cycles. This is it. Because previous cycles, within 18 months, Bitcoin would have already peaked. We would have already seen a retracement. We would have already seen... Or not already, you know, we're 17 months post-halving. Within, 18 months is when every other cycle has seen its peak. So if you believe that this is a typical 4-year cycle, we have one more month and it's over. Or at least we'll start to enter the descent. And again, I just don't think the signs of a descent are here yet. We are in the full signs of an ascent. The S&P 500, again, today, just printed another new all-time high. You could say, Kaleo, I mean, is that a sign of a little bit too much hype and speculation baked into the market? Do things need to correct after that type of a move? And, let's just pull up the S&P 500 again. Again, we're like right here in relation to the 2020 play. This went down in 2020 with the COVID crash, ended up coming back up. We basically replicated the COVID crash right here, right? With the tariff crash. A lot of people thought it was over then. Look at what it's done. We're right in this area, man. Like, we have a ways of expansion left to go. Now, you might ask yourself, is it healthy from a perspective of the economy with the type of growth that I really think comes along with the super cycle and like the real inflation that you're going to see of real world assets during that period? If you're not invested, then yeah, it's going to be very painful. Even if you are invested, it's going to cost more around, because I don't think it's just going to be inflation of crypto. You see what's happening right now with gold. You see what's happening right now with silver. You see what's happening right now across a lot of assets across every sector. Oh, shoot. I covered the S&P 500 chart again. It really doesn't matter. I mean, here, look. Expansion. Boom. COVID crash. Where we are now. I mean, you get the picture, right? Like, it's all the same thing. But we bounced back. You know, NDX is even crazier. Take a sip. The FTX cup. So yeah, man, I just don't see a way that we don't continue to expand from here. Dude, I just wish this chat worked a little bit better on X. That's one of the things I don't like about X either. This chat kind of honestly sucks. When Wonky Weekly? It's coming. This Friday. Why won't my chat load? I can't even see what y'all are saying. I'm gonna try exiting out and coming back into this. I'm gonna have all these issues worked out soon enough. This is kind of just a warm up stream, a little bit. I feel like the desktop audio now is way too low. Yeah, no, I definitely lowered it. You couldn't hear anything. So we're back. All right. Yeah, chat is still broken. You know, it's a lot more fun with... Oh, shoot. Is there a refresh chat button on here? Is this going to work? Okay, it says it's loading. Yes, we're back. Can I talk about Tesla? I'll check out Tesla real quick because Tesla, very bullish on also. Shared this a while back and it's starting to happen. Tesla's gonna just keep going straight up, man. Tesla, Neo, Riot, all the above, straight up forever. BTC miners, undervalued. Everything right now, undervalued. I mean, dude, just look at Tesla right now. Zoomed out here. This looks insane. Like, Tesla right now is right there. October 2019 type vibes. I need to figure out what the hell that chime is. It is fucking so bad. Yeah, my thoughts on the MetaMask token, though, again, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that it could be really good, but I also don't think it's going to reward users in the same way that a lot of people expect. It's like the OpenSea token, right? I don't think they're going to reward historical activity as much as expected, right? And I think OpenSea should also reward collections. I don't think they're going to do that at all. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. What do you think? 70% odds of Doge getting integrated into X money? There's still 7 trillion in money market funds on the sidelines. I mean, I think it'll happen eventually. Just makes sense, man. Like, it's... Elon likes it enough. It's kind of his currency. He's going to send it. Thoughts on V1 punks? I mean, bullish. Though, I guess just a beta play on punks. They're going to send to eventually, right? XRP chart. Okay, that's the crazy thing, man. Even the XRP chart, as much as CT hates XRP because it's basically a piggy bank for Brad Garlinghouse, I mean, this chart's insane. And this isn't even the best. Let's go to this. This chart is insane. But there are so many charts that look like this right now. Like, so many charts on the verge of just breaking past all-time highs. You know, this kind of reminds me of April 2017, where we are right now. It's going way higher. I hate to admit it because I do not like XRP, but it's going way higher. You know, Doge, again, Doge is like, bro, Doge is like right here. Doge is just going to freaking rocket past all-time highs whenever it breaks that. All right, we got it figured out.
Even when you laugh, I can see it in your eyes. Deep inside, you wanna cry, cause you're scared. I ain't there, daddy's with you in your prayers. No more crying, wipe them tears. Daddy's here, no more nightmares. We gon' pull together through it, we gon' do it. Laney uncle's crazy, ain't he? Yeah, but he loves you, girl, and you better know it.
What's your name? Let me talk to you, let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain, you know me. Convict music, never go.
All right, another chart to look at. BNB. Dude, BNB looks insane right here. It looks like it's in January of 2021 mode. I'm telling you, like, if we're anywhere right now, we're in January of 2021. January 2021, it just is like, we're about to be in up-only mode. BNB hit $1,000 finally. I wish it happened way back here. You know, would have been nice if it happened here. Because I had like a 30,000 BNB long at this point. I got wrecked. What's before the Elon tweet, Amy? Man, just looking at BNB and kind of makes me sentimental. BNB, for those of you who don't know, it really was where the first fun meme speculation happened. It happened a little bit before that with ETH, because ETH had a few random runners that people shared, but like the real fun honestly started on BSC with PancakeSwap. Wait, right now, this moment, what did Elon tweet? Did he tweet Doge? Made me look. There's nothing, Amy. Nothing at all. Everybody needs a wonky stonk. If you have not gone over here, by the way, and by the way, like, I'm going to start getting it to the point where I bring on, you know, Yes, do whatever else. Give this a like, give it a retweet. More people, more fun. I'm debating right now, do I go over to the bar next door and hang out with a few buddies that I know are over there, or do I continue to stream? And this is kind of like streamception right now because I'm here and there and there and there and there and there and there, and it just goes back forever. All right, Amy, you threw me off.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Stealing this. Thank you for letting me steal that. Gotta hype up the songs every chance I get. Trillions. I do not want to see that shit. But yeah, man, the Pinku chart looks so good. Soul looks ready to rip again. AVAX has been ripping like crazy. So Soul's back to 250. Right beneath all-time highs. Basically a candle away. AVAX is up to 35 now. This chart just looks ready to rip. It's insane. A lot of stuff looks primed. About to have fun, ladies and gents. Going way higher. I do not want to see that shit. Like, how do I just get it, Chud? No. I don't want to see that post ever again. God, I cannot wait until this rips to $1 plus. It's been so cool seeing what Luca and the team has done. Also, this is actually a really fun game if you haven't played it yet. All right. Y'all, this is mainly just a knock off the rust, get back into the rhythm of things type stream. Gonna do a lot more coming up here soon. Doge is $6.94 precisely. 6.942. It's the target. $1 trillion market cap for Doge. Yeah, you know, it's kind of just getting back to the rhythm of things. It's fun, been fun. Gonna do a lot more of this. Gonna start bringing some people on too. Got to figure that stuff out. You know, like I said, I see no reason why for anybody that's watching on here not to do a pump stream sometime soon. Leaning into the new metas is the best way to win in this space. It's the truth. If you fade metas, then you know you're gonna just be left behind. So I'll have a better plan before I go into that. But until then, knock off the rust, and we're gonna get running again. But you know, if anything, I just need to be more bullish. That's it. Love you guys, and we'll catch y'all next time.
I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like a plague.
Give my love to a shooting star, but you move so fast that I can't keep up. I'm chasing, I'm in love with a shooting star, but she moves so fast when she falls, and I'll be waiting.